So that's the loop, yeah? So we have that loop. So now what I did was I just started adding elements to it. So that's the loop. So then we had some percussion. So that's like a really heavy kick, yeah? Then after that you add the snare. So that you can complete that bounce, I added a hi-hat. Majic Mike is a young Kenyan Christian, a music producer, sound engineer. I'm just an all-round creative, man. I do what I love what I do. I got into music production, I think in the early 2010s, but that was after I had been rapping for a while. So, I was in the studio for a while. So I think in the process of being in studio and having other producers create my music, I just got an interest, and I learned production from watching, but I later went to school to study sound engineering just to get that professionalism in there. So I think I've been in the game for about 8 years now. My biggest highlight in the 8 years I've been in this game are probably, Coke Studio, of course. There's Coke Studio. I've done a few songs for artists who have gone on to win awards for that music. I've performed, as a musician, I've performed outside the country. I had a really dope gig in UG. And I have quite a few. And it's always interesting when people outside your country listen to your music and they love it so much that they invite you over for a gig. That's always so, it's mind-blowing how that even happens, I don't take that for granted. So, performing outside, producing for guys from Zambia, from Nigeria, from South Africa, producing for guys from outside Kenya is a big deal. So, we can only hope that the list gets bigger. So I've produced for, there's a guy called Kupi Blai from Uganda. He's a really big deal. He's a gospel guy. Coke Studio got me to work with Rude Boy from Nigeria, Rude Boy of P Square. I know some of you youngins don't know P Square, but you all know Rude Boy. I've worked with, who else? Bisrat from Ethiopia, that's also because of Coke Studio. I've worked with guys like Mag44 from Zambia. I've engineered for quite a few guys as well, not just producing music for, but guys from all over, man. Yeah. So you have a really good bounce. So once I achieve this, for me, I usually don't complicate it from here. So anything that comes on from here is just to add flavor, because I feel like this is a complete beat already. So I did something in the background that guys won't notice, but it's like a hi-hat snare that has some reverb, and it just makes the percussion sound fuller. Then we added some hey. So all this stuff is just to give the song a bounce, right? Then we added the bass. When I got into the game, the first challenge is, I think the same challenge everyone has when you're starting out, whatever you're starting out. It's always, I don't have enough money, enough capital to start what I'm doing. So that was a challenge when I started out. It was connections. I didn't know who, so cool now. I've sorted out finances. I have a song. I don't know what to do with it. How do you get it to radio? So that was the other challenge. So challenges keep evolving. Right now, the challenge that I think I'm facing right now is what's the next Majic Mike sound? Because my dream has always been to be a contributor to the industry. So, many years from now, 30 years from now, when guys are mentioning the greats, or even 10 years from now, when guys are mentioning the greats, it's like right now we can say, the Ogopa era, and you know what Ogopa did for the Kenyan music industry, the Caliph era, and you know what Caliph did for the music industry. It's like they took us from this point to the other point, and then someone took over. So I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy for the industry who, for this generation, like I got this generation to the next level, and then someone else can take on after me. So, I think that's the challenge that I'm facing now. So, I put a lot of pressure on myself to make dope music. So, challenges keep evolving, and as long as you have a dream, challenges never end. They just keep coming at you in different ways. My sound is majorly Afro-pop, and then it diversifies. Like from there now, it depends a lot with the artist. If it's me producing for myself, then it depends a lot with the mood I'm in or the message I'm trying to pass. So it's always Afro, and then it can go to dancehall, it can go to like a more worship vibe, it can go to a more kapuka vibe, it can go to whatever the artist does, because at the same time I want all my music to sound unique. I don't want it to sound the same. Those producers who you listen to their music, and regardless of the artist they're working with, it's the same sound. So I don't want to be that guy. So if I'm working with a dancehall guy, I want it to be dancehall, but I want you to hear something, whether you can point it out or not, and say, yo, that sounds like a magic beat. So yeah, it's Afro, then whatever else comes later. So this song we produced for an artist called Gavi. He's over there. He's a dope dancehall guy, and we sampled. So you guys know this, right? So you know that, Nini, if you're an old school guy, you know it. So we changed it just a bit, yeah. So it goes like man, sampling is something that will never die. And I always get confused when guys hate on sampling, but it's an art. Sampling is an art. I know there are guys who use it as a shortcut because they're lazy, but sampling is an art, and guys have been doing it since I don't know how long, and probably all your favorite not love songs, all your favorite hip-hop songs are samples from music from the 80s. Yeah, and there's a guy, this is like an inside producer joke we usually have. Every chord progression has been played before, so there are no new chord progressions. So, even if you don't intentionally sample, if someone digs, you can always find something that sounds, similar or close to. So sampling is an art. I understand when guys hate on it because there are people who abuse it, but there's a certain awesomeness to sampling that you can't get if you're trying to be original all the time. So my day varies depending on what's on the agenda, but most of my days it's just get up in the morning, hopefully, and this is like a really big hopefully, I have breakfast, because sometimes if I get into the studio, before I either have breakfast or do whatever else I was supposed to do before that, that's it. It probably won't get done until later on in the day. So, you know, my normal day is get up, get in the studio. I have a to-do list. If I didn't prepare it the previous day, I'll prepare it in the morning. Have a to-do list, prioritize, and then just start working. So whether I'm making a beat, or I have a session, or I have a song to mix and master, I'll schedule it in. Whether I have a meeting or I need to go somewhere, yeah, so I just plan out my day and then I get started. But, you know, probably a lot of the time is spent in studio. So even when I have my meetings, they're usually music related, so most of them are in studio. Yeah, so this is where I spend most of my time, most of my days.
Watch I and they come. Watch I and they come. Watch I and they come. This people come to touch up.
Gavi Royal is an artist, a dancehall artist, and I've been singing for 5 years now, and I've been working with Majic Mike for some time, and everything has been okay. Working with Majic Mike has been awesome. I cannot complain. He understands my music, he understands me as an artist, and I understand him as a producer. It's hard to find an artist who understands a producer, and it's hard to find a producer who understands an artist in some way. So it has been an awesome journey. Majic Mike, we've been with Majic Mike. I've known him for almost 10 years now, and working with him is because of the friendship first, and he's a diverse producer. When you listen to my music from the first time I started working with Majic Mike, it has evolved in some way that I cannot explain in a better way, but everything has been okay with Majic Mike.
Man, I'm constantly doing research on new sounds, first of all, because I'm trying to keep up. The thing I realized some time back is one of the reasons our music doesn't sound like very little of our music can compete on the international market is the sound. So I invest a lot in plugins, like in new plugins and new sounds. I'll hear something Major Lazer did and I'll wonder, man, what's that flute? I don't have it. Because sounds keep improving, plugins keep improving. So I'll always listen to other people and then try get what they have. Now I can't get all of it. These things are expensive. So, but you know what I can, I get. So I'm always trying to keep up with the industry and with the new sounds, and also with the new mixing and mastering technology. So nowadays guys see very minimalist studios, and it's because everything is done in the box now. So basically what in the box means is it's software, so everything is digital. So there are always new plugins coming out for mixing and mastering, so I try and keep up with that because they're getting better by the day. They're not cheap, but they are worth investment. So I think that's the biggest thing I do, is just try to keep up with the technology, because it makes work easier and it improves the sound. So sometimes even when guys send in their music for mixing and mastering, I find myself replacing sounds. Maybe they used a certain piano that doesn't sound wide enough, so I'll use one of the ones I've purchased, and it changes the whole song. So, you know, it doesn't only help my sound, but it helps me when I'm mixing and mastering for others as well. So just, you know, keeping up to date. So this jam, we wanted to call it Pull Up, right? So I suggested to Gavi, being the genius that I am, that instead of him doing pull up, we just get like a sample. So we had to really dig deep in the library. I have no idea where we got this, but it's in one of the bot packs, and it has a lot of dancehall vocals. So we got this sample, yeah? Yeah, you hear it? Pull up! So what we did was we just added some reverb and some delay. Apart from music, I cook a bit. This is where I do my shameless plug. Follow me at Mike's Kitchen KE. It's down here somewhere. I see guys doing that and it always looks cool. Alafu wase wako edit wa delay kuyeka. Put it down here now. Yeah, so I cook a bit. It's a passion of mine. I love cooking. So I have a page. And other than that, what else do? I serve in church. What else do I do? That's it, man. Like I don't do a lot, but I hope I do it well.
Can't get enough of him. Everything that is done for me, I will give all the praise to him. He got me going ooh-wee, aye, aye, aye. Can't get enough of him. Everything that is done for me, I will give all the praise to him. He got me going. He got me going.
Man, so I was like my breakthrough jam. You know, every musician is always looking for that one song that takes them national or international, and then everything else is easier. So I was that song for me. So I produced it, and I featured my friend Chris Ebaba on it. And it just, when we were making it, we knew it was going to be a big song, but we didn't know how big it was going to be until I think like 3 months later, I just blew up. And that's the song that actually introduced me to Uganda. And they even called me for a gig because of that one jam. And now it made all these other songs that I had released before get known, and it, you know, it put them on a different level. It was a lot of fun. It was a blessing. That song was a blessing, man. Music producers, man, listen, I think one of the things that guys, so first of all, music is not for guys who failed in school. You know, I think guys always assume that, because I've had guys like even parents who think, man, my kid failed, I don't know what to do, can he do music? Like it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of strategizing. It's a business. Music is such a business that you cannot be successful in it if you're not a sharp guy. Work hard, get as much information as you can. And you know, like, here's a quick example that will show you school is also important. Back in my day, in our syllabus, the last topic in physics was waves. So if you're in high school, you've been through high school, you remember waves, and if you did physics. And that's everything sound engineering. Like when I started sound engineering school, the first topic, the first thing we studied was waves, because it creates the foundation for everything sound engineering. So, you know, if you're still in school, pay attention, learn as much as you can. When you get out of school, still pursue an education in music. If you want to learn an instrument, if you want to be a musician, make sure you learn how to play an instrument. It's always important. If you want to be a producer, make sure you learn some sound engineering, some music production. Make sure you learn some marketing. Make sure you learn some law, a bit of it. Well, depending on the school you go with, it should be part of the curriculum, where you're learning about what are your rights as a musician or as a creative. So, you know, stuff like synchronized rights, mechanical rights, get to know about all that, because that's how you make your money. So, well, what I'm trying to say is pay attention and invest in your education. I think that's the one thing that guys think it's not important in music, but it's the thing that will save your life. So, you know, get as much education as you can. So now at this point, it's only one thing missing so that the instrumental is done. It's that melody that differentiates the verses and the chorus. So I needed like a really sweet melody, so this is what we added, right? And we're done. So Gavi is in studio with me, so we'll just have him do the chorus, so that you guys can see how we did it, right? You ready?
Ready when you're ready.
All right.
Nobody can stop this, nobody can. Watch out here they come. Watch out here they come. Watch out here they come. This is what come to the jam. Watch out here they come. Watch out here they come. Watch out here they come. This is what come to the jam.
Yeah, so that's a jam. So, you know, process the vocal a bit. So for the intro, we, you know, took out a few elements. And there you have it. That's how you make a song. You know, you have a dope producer, a dope artist. That's it, man. My name is Majic Mike. That's been a day in Magic's life. That sounds cool. A day in Magic's life should be like a TV show or something. You can follow me on Instagram at magic.mike, on Twitter at magic_Mike, on Facebook it's just Majic Mike. On all these platforms it's Magic with a J.
It's magic.